how we want to express what is Nissan is, and how we've been penetrating in this market, and what is the value we're giving to the customer. And we further would like to give the excitement car on the future to our customers.
In a stunning twist, a recent announcement has shaken the foundation of the automotive world. Moments ago, news broke that Trump just destroyed Nissan, sending shockwaves rippling through the industry. The announcement has left many captivated, their imaginations racing to connect the dots. What could this seismic shift mean for the future of the entire automotive landscape? Is this the start of a profound realignment, or merely a fleeting storm that will soon pass? And most importantly, what does it mean to the company? Trump's moves. As Trump settled into his role on the global stage, his policies began to shape the contours of international business and trade. Early on, he made it clear that his focus would be on revitalizing American industries, particularly emphasizing the need for domestic production and job creation. His administration's tone was unambiguous, a shift towards protectionism that challenged the status quo of global trade. For Nissan, whose operational base and supply chain spanned continents, this new orientation posed a conundrum. Trump's propositions of tariffs and renegotiations of trade agreements such as NAFTA hinted at a transformed business environment. While his rhetoric resonated with parts of the domestic population, global industries were caught in a web of uncertainty, wondering how these policies would manifest in reality. Nissan found itself at a crossroads, assessing how potential tariffs could affect material imports, component assembly, and finished vehicle exports. With manufacturing plants strategically placed around the world, changes in trade dynamics risk driving up costs and distorting long-established logistical optimizations. Internally, Nissan's leadership began strategizing on potential responses. Should they relocate facilities, source more materials locally, or absorb increased costs at the possible expense of profits? Each option carried significant implications, ranging from time-consuming restructurings to potential repercussions on vehicle pricing in highly competitive markets. As the situation continued to unfold, industry experts and analysts weighed in, offering a chorus of differing opinions on the viability and implications of Trump's policies. For Nissan, each day brought a fresh set of considerations as global markets danced like a delicate mobile in response to every tweet, announcement, and policy shift emanating from the White House. The Nissan landscape before Trump. Before the storm that swept through the automotive industry, Nissan stood as a formidable force, competing shoulder to shoulder with other global giants. Renowned for its innovation and engineering prowess, Nissan had carved out a niche with models that resonated with a diverse consumer base. From compact cars appealing to urban dwellers to rugged SUVs conquering the great outdoors, Nissan had something for everyone. The landscape was thriving with evolving technologies, rising demands for efficiency, and a global shift towards sustainable practices. Nissan, with its forward-thinking mindset, was well poised to tackle these challenges, investing heavily in electric vehicles like the pioneering Nissan Leaf. The company was making strides not only in electrification, but also in autonomous driving and connectivity, aiming to revolutionize how consumers experience transportation. Yet beneath this shining exterior, there were whispers of pressure mounting. The automotive market was becoming fiercely competitive, with razor-thin margins dictating many strategic decisions. As Nissan continued to push boundaries, it also faced increasing scrutiny over quality control and global supply chain complexities that were part and parcel of managing a multinational business. Nissan's leadership was steadfast in its public assurances, projecting confidence that the company would continue to thrive. Previous successes fortified this positivity, allowing them to ride the wave of technological advancement with zeal. Internally, however, preparations were constantly underway to address any unforeseen challenges, knowing that in the world of global economics, stability could be as fleeting as a gust of wind. Into this delicate tapestry of ambition and anticipation entered a new geopolitical player, Donald Trump. As Trump rose to become a focal figure on the global stage, industries across the board braced themselves for the unpredictable winds of change he could usher in. Questions loomed about what a Trump-led administration could mean for trade borders, manufacturing plants, and the essential frameworks under which the company had flourished. The announcement that shook the industry. It didn't take long before Trump's rhetoric materialized into concrete proposals, thrusting the automotive industry into a state of heightened alert. A particularly alarming moment for Nissan and other automakers came when Trump announced a new series of tariffs focused on foreign-made vehicles and parts. The implications were profound, potentially affecting every aspect of the automotive supply chain, from raw materials to completed cars sitting in showrooms. For Nissan, this announcement was a harbinger of challenging days ahead. The company had invested significantly in streamlining its global manufacturing process, creating efficiencies that tariffs threatened to dismantle. As the announcement echoed through boardrooms and production floors, reactions were mixed, ranging from attempts at calm rationale to outright anxiety about the potential fallout. Industry experts quickly speculated that the tariffs could lead to increased vehicle prices not only for Nissan but across the board. Consumers might face a stark reality of higher sticker prices, potentially stalling demand at a time when competition in the automotive sector was fiercer than ever. On the other hand, Nissan was internally pondering whether these costs could be absorbed without significant damage to its fiscal health. Meanwhile, the media latched onto the story, painting vivid pictures of an industry caught between a rock and a hard place. Analysts and commentators pulled no punches in their analysis, describing the potential devastation of global supply chains and the risk of plunging sales. Onlookers around the world turned their eyes toward the automotive giants, wondering how they would maneuver through the oncoming storm. Nissan, aware of the precarious situation, began reevaluating its strategic outlook. Meetings became more frequent, and contingency plans were drawn, even as the specter of international trade wars loomed ominously over the company's ambitions. The fallout. In the aftermath of Trump's announcement, Nissan grappled with the immediate impacts that reverberated throughout its global operations. The potential tariffs became a focal point of concern, sending shockwaves that were felt across departments, impacting everything from strategic planning sessions to daily operations on the factory floor. The markets, inherently sensitive to political and economic shifts, reacted swiftly. Nissan's stock, once perceived as stable, began to waver under the weight of uncertainty, reflecting investor anxieties about the short-term financial health of the company. Financial analysts were quick to downgrade forecasts, pointing to potential profit hits as a direct consequence of increased production costs and reduced consumer demand. For Nissan's workforce, the news trickled down with an undertone of apprehension. Employees, from factory workers to executives, speculated about potential cutbacks, reassignments, or relocations. Leaders within the company sought to reassure their teams, emphasizing resilience and adaptability in these uncertain times. Yet, behind closed doors, executives were immersed in challenging discussions about reallocating resources and optimizing supply chains to mitigate impending cost pressures. Concurrently, global competitors kept a keen eye on Nissan's response, eager to capitalize on any strategic missteps. Some saw opportunities to adjust their advertising and marketing efforts, positioning themselves as unaffected by the rising tariffs. Meanwhile, Nissan faced the challenging task of not only managing its immediate concerns, but also preserving its market share and consumer trust amidst the turbulence. As the chapter on the initial fallout drew to a close, it was clear that Nissan stood at the threshold of a profound transformation. Every decision made in these crucial moments would resonate across the coming months and years, shaping the company's place within a rapidly evolving industry. The rising storm. As the dust began to settle on Trump's announcement, the real impact was felt across every link of Nissan's complex supply chain. The company's logistical network, a finely tuned machine that spanned continents, was suddenly thrust into disarray. The new tariffs disrupted the flow of critical components and raw materials, forcing Nissan to navigate an increasingly treacherous terrain. For years, Nissan had relied on a global network of suppliers to maintain efficiency and cost effectiveness. From specialized electronic components sourced in Asia to high-strength steel produced in Europe, each part played a vital role in the assembly of Nissan's diverse vehicle lineup. The tariffs, however, imposed a new layer of complexity. Essential parts now carried heftier price tags, and potential delays loomed large as suppliers contended with increased bureaucratic hurdles and logistical challenges. Faced with these obstacles, Nissan's supply chain managers found themselves in a race against time, working tirelessly to reevaluate supplier contracts and negotiate better terms. The goal was clear: minimize disruptions while maintaining production schedules that had been meticulously planned months in advance. In some cases, this meant seeking alternative suppliers closer to core markets or rethinking long-term contracts in favor of more flexible arrangements. Despite these efforts, delays became inevitable. Production lines that once hummed with efficiency now faced sporadic halts, interrupting the flow of vehicles rolling off assembly lines. The effects rippled across global markets, impacting everything from shipment timelines to inventory levels at dealerships. As Nissan's supply chain creaked under the pressure, consumers and dealers alike grappled with the new reality of scarcity and unpredictability. Response from Nissan leadership. In the face of these supply chain disruptions, Nissan's leadership had no choice but to quickly adapt. As challenges mounted, executives convened to chart a strategic course that would navigate the company through this unprecedented storm. It was a time for decisive action and innovative thinking. One major area of focus was communication. Recognizing the importance of transparency, Nissan's leadership made concerted efforts to keep stakeholders informed. Press releases and media briefings became frequent as executives provided updates on production intricacies, potential vehicle shortages, and ongoing efforts to secure alternative sourcing options. This open dialogue aimed to reassure stakeholders that Nissan was actively addressing the situation with resolve and foresight. Internally, a task force was established to streamline decision-making processes and respond dynamically to emerging challenges. This cross-functional team worked tirelessly to devise strategies that could mitigate the impact of tariffs on production costs and output. From evaluating price adjustments to crafting new marketing approaches, every possible avenue was explored to buffer the company from further economic shocks and consumer disconnect. At the forefront of these efforts stood Nissan's CEO, whose leadership style was put to the ultimate test. Balancing immediate operational adjustments with long-term strategic goals required not only sound judgment, but also a deft touch in maintaining team morale. Under their guidance, Nissan's workforce remained motivated and focused on the shared goal of steering the company through these turbulent times. The deteriorating relationship. As the economic challenges mounted, so did tension between Nissan and the Trump administration. Public statements exchanged between the parties signaled growing discord. On one hand, Nissan maintained that its global presence was essential for sustaining competitiveness and innovation. On the other hand, Trump's administration pushed for greater alignment with domestic manufacturing priorities. What initially began as a policy-driven standoff soon evolved into a broader debate on the role and responsibilities of multinational corporations in a changing geopolitical landscape. Nissan found itself caught in the crosshairs of differing visions for the future of the automotive industry, one rooted in global collaboration and another centered on nationalistic principles. Throughout this period, Nissan executives took to various platforms to express their concerns, highlighting the interconnected nature of modern supply chains and the potential drawbacks of imposing restrictive trade measures. These public addresses garnered attention, finding allies in some industry peers while also drawing criticism from segments advocating for stringent localization strategies. Meanwhile, Trump's administration doubled down on their narrative, positioning their policies as necessary steps to revive domestic industries and protect American jobs. In press releases and speeches, officials cited Nissan as an example of companies that needed to align more closely with America First policies, indirectly challenging the company's global stance. The media too played a critical role in shaping public perception of the developing situation. News outlets and social media buzzed with discussions and debates, amplifying both sides of the argument. For Nissan, every move and statement was scrutinized, adding yet another layer of complexity to their strategic calculus. Facing the market forces. Amidst the turmoil induced by tariffs and a deteriorating political rapport, Nissan faced pressing market forces that demanded nimble and agile responses. Shifts in consumer preferences, economic uncertainties, and competitive pressures were converging to create an environment that required not only adept crisis management, but also foresight into industry futures. Consumer confidence, a pivotal enabler of automotive sales, began to waver as uncertainty lingered. Faced with potential price increases due to tariffs and predictions of tighter supply, consumers hesitated when considering new vehicle purchases. This trepidation wasn't exclusive to Nissan, but extended to the industry at large, creating a marketplace defined by hesitation and caution. To counteract these headwinds, Nissan ramped up efforts to leverage innovative marketing and outreach strategies. Promotions and incentives sought to entice wary customers, while digital platforms became focal points for connecting with a broader audience. Nissan understood that in this climate, consumer loyalty and perception would be decisive factors in determining success or stagnation. Meanwhile, competitors repositioned themselves in response to Nissan's challenges. Some capitalized on newfound opportunities, adjusting their messaging to reflect stability and reliability amid the chaos. Others, aligned with similar global strategies, offered more sympathetic stances, advocating for a collaborative effort across the industry to address the broader economic factors at play. Nissan's leadership recognized that adaptability had to be the cornerstone of their market approach, as the interplay between consumer confidence and competitive dynamics would shape the trajectory of their recovery. In facing these market forces, Nissan's journey was just beginning, with every decision resonating beyond its immediate implications. Financial repercussions. The financial fallout from the tumultuous environment Nissan found itself in was both immediate and profound. As the effects of the tariffs and trade uncertainties took hold, Nissan's financial health became a focal point for both internal strategists and external analysts. The ripple effect of Trump's policies manifested in earnings reports, stock valuations, and broader market sentiments. Revenue projections took a hit as the cost of imports and exports recalibrated with the new tariffs. Raw materials that once flowed seamlessly now incurred additional costs, driving up the expenses related to production and logistics. These increased costs not only squeezed profit margins, but also compelled Nissan to rethink pricing strategies across different markets. The stock market, sensitive to economic and geopolitical vibrations, responded predictably. Nissan's shares, already reacting to the initial policy announcements, experienced further volatility as quarterly earnings revealed the tangible impact of the new economic landscape. Investors scrutinized every financial metric, from operating margin to net income, seeking reassurance that Nissan could weather the storm. To assure stakeholders, Nissan's financial leaders embarked on a proactive communication strategy. They highlighted cost control measures, increased efficiencies, and potential areas of innovation that could drive future value. Yet, despite these reassurances, the overarching narrative remained one of caution, as market analysts offered mixed reviews on Nissan's immediate prospects. The broader implications of these financial challenges extended beyond mere numbers. Credit ratings, a vital element of financial stability, came under examination. Rating agencies, considering the increased risk posed by external pressures, deliberated adjustments to Nissan's creditworthiness, a move that could influence borrowing costs and investment strategies. Workforce struggles. While Nissan battled financial repercussions, the human element within the company faced significant challenges as well. The workforce, once buoyed by a shared sense of purpose and forward momentum, now encountered an atmosphere marked by uncertainty and change. Across factories and offices worldwide, employees grappled with new realities brought on by external and internal pressures. To manage escalating costs, Nissan implemented measures that included production slowdowns, workforce realignments, and, in some instances, layoffs. These decisions, though necessary from a business standpoint, inevitably reverberated through the ranks, affecting morale and productivity. For many, the fear of job security overshadowed day-to-day work, creating palpable tension within teams. Amid these trials, leadership remained steadfast in their commitment to transparency and support for their employees. Regular town hall meetings and internal communications aimed to clarify the company's strategic direction and provide solace amid uncertainty. Management also emphasized upskilling and reskilling opportunities, aiming to empower employees to adapt to shifting industry needs. Testimonials from within Nissan echoed a range of emotions, from those who remained optimistic about the company's future to others who were apprehensive about potential impacts on their careers. Regardless of outlook, a common thread tied all employees together, a deep-rooted resolve to steer Nissan back onto a path of stability and growth. Externally, the workforce changes caught the attention of labor unions and advocacy groups, fueling discussions on the need for greater protections in the face of rapid industry transformations. These conversations added another layer to the complexities Nissan encountered, highlighting the broader social implications of economic and political shifts. Revamping strategies. In response to the multifaceted challenges they confronted, Nissan embarked on a series of strategic revamps designed to recalibrate the company for success in the New World Order. The realization that adaptability and innovation were not optional but essential spurred the company into action, resulting in a transformation blueprint aimed at securing both short-term resilience and long-term growth. Central to this strategy was a renewed focus on product innovation. Building on its expertise in electrification, Nissan accelerated plans for expanding its electric vehicle lineup, recognizing the global push towards greener alternatives as an opportunity amid adversity. The company committed itself to investing in research and development, striving to bring advanced technologies to market that would meet shifting consumer expectations while decreasing dependency on volatile import components. Parallel to product innovation was a decisive shift in market strategy. Nissan reconsidered its global market presence, prioritizing key regions where it could leverage competitive advantages and optimize resources. This targeted approach allowed Nissan to concentrate efforts on markets with high growth potential, while freeing up resources to address challenges in more mature economies. Moreover, Nissan strengthened partnerships and alliances, seeking synergies that could bolster its position. Collaborative efforts with technology firms, auto manufacturers, and regional distributors were explored and expanded, allowing Nissan to tap into new technologies, expertise, and distribution channels. These partnerships not only provided strategic advantages, but also demonstrated Nissan's commitment to remaining a key player on the global stage. As these strategic shifts took shape, Nissan's leadership emphasized a culture of agility and innovation across the organization. Employees at all levels were encouraged to embrace change and contribute ideas toward future improvements. Through these collective efforts, Nissan aimed to transform challenges into catalysts for reinvention and renewal. Public perception in flux. As Nissan implemented these strategies, public perception remained an ever-evolving dimension that the company had to navigate with care. Consumer sentiment and brand loyalty were under constant pressure amidst the media blitz and marketplace shifts, making effective communication and brand management indispensable components of Nissan's response strategy. Understanding the importance of maintaining a positive image, Nissan launched a comprehensive public relations campaign designed to reconnect with consumers and reinforce the brand's core values of reliability, innovation, and sustainability. From advertising campaigns that highlighted new electric models to community engagement and social responsibility initiatives, Nissan sought to rebuild trust and re-establish its brand as a champion of modern automotive solutions. Social media played a pivotal role in these efforts. Nissan utilized various platforms to foster direct interaction with its customer base, sharing stories of innovation and progress while actively engaging in dialogue. By addressing consumer concerns openly and proactively, Nissan aimed to build a sense of community and commitment around its brand narrative. Meanwhile, media coverage continued to offer a mixed bag of narratives. While some outlets focused on Nissan's strategic pivots and successes, others remained critical, highlighting ongoing challenges and marketplace tensions. This dual narrative necessitated careful media relations, with Nissan prioritizing openness and responsiveness to maintain a credible voice amid speculation. The road to recovery. Emerging from the depths of the turmoil posed by Trump's policies, Nissan set its sights on recovery and growth. The journey towards reclaiming stability was paved with challenges that required innovative thinking and unwavering commitment from every part of the organization. With strategic adjustments already underway, leadership recognized that recovery needed both tactical and cultural shifts to lay a firm foundation for the future. Nissan's road to recovery began with a focus on optimizing operations. The company streamlined its production facilities, ensuring they aligned with the new realities of market demands and supply chain constraints. This involved closing or repurposing underperforming plants while investing in key areas where growth potential remained untapped. Such strategic realignment allowed Nissan to enhance operational efficiency and take a proactive stance in a rapidly changing market. Simultaneously, Nissan doubled down on its commitment to sustainable mobility. As electric vehicles gained traction globally, Nissan accelerated its investment in EV technology, positioning itself as a frontrunner in the race towards electrification. By introducing new models and increasing R&D efforts, Nissan aimed to capture a greater share of the burgeoning green vehicle market. This strategic pivot aligned with global consumer trends and regulatory pushes for cleaner transportation solutions. The path to recovery also emphasized rebuilding relationships with suppliers, dealers, and consumers alike. Engaging with suppliers to iron out logistical challenges and negotiate more favorable terms was vital for stabilizing the supply chain. For dealers, Nissan provided tailored support to ensure resiliency, from financial incentives to collaboration on marketing efforts. By fostering strong partnerships, Nissan sought to solidify its distribution network and regain consumer trust. These recovery efforts were further bolstered by a renewed internal focus on agility and innovation. Embracing a startup-like culture, Nissan encouraged teams to experiment, innovate, and act swiftly on insights. Cross-departmental collaborations flourished, driving initiatives that enhanced the customer experience and streamlined processes. Through these collective efforts, Nissan laid the groundwork for a resilient and prosperous future. Leadership in crisis. Throughout the tumultuous period initiated by Trump's policies, the role of leadership leadership at Nissan was critical in navigating the challenges and steering the company toward recovery. It became apparent that strong, adaptive leadership was essential not only for making sound strategic decisions, but also for maintaining morale and focus within the organization. At the heart of Nissan's leadership strategy was the ability to balance immediate operational needs with long-term strategic vision. Leaders were tasked with the dual responsibility of crisis management, addressing urgent issues while not losing sight of future aspirations. This involved making tough decisions, such as realigning production and workforce, while stimulating innovation and growth trajectories. A key aspect of effective leadership during the crisis was communication. Nissan's executives understood that transparent, consistent communication was vital to reassure not only investors and partners, but also employees who were understandably concerned about the company's direction. CEOs and senior leaders regularly engaged with stakeholders through town halls, media briefings, and direct correspondence, ensuring that everyone had an understanding of the company's challenges, strategic responses, and pathways to recovery. Moreover, Nissan's leaders fostered a culture of resilience and learning. They encouraged teams to view the crisis as an opportunity for growth and transformation, rather than an insurmountable obstacle. By supporting a mindset of flexibility and innovation, leaders empowered teams to develop creative solutions that addressed immediate problems while also contributing to longer-term success. Personal leadership qualities also played a pivotal role during these challenging times. The ability to remain composed under pressure, make decisive choices amidst uncertainty, and inspire confidence were critical attributes that Nissan's leaders exemplified. This steadfast leadership was instrumental in guiding the company through a period of profound change, setting a course for Nissan to not only recover, but emerge stronger. But what are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comment below.